Hello! Welcome to the show. It is Sunday, March 1st, 2020. Yeah, welcome back to the show. So, anyway, I'm here. Zach's here. Yeah. Hello, Zach.
You don't have much to say, do you?
No, I'm pretty tired this week.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm so tired. So, but I am. Oof. What is going on? I swear, every week, something is. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh.
What did you do?
Nope. 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 That looks really bad.
What did you
The. I don't know what it is. What? Oh, hang on. I need to go up. I don't know what it is. Every week I need to apparently check this, but like, the white balance on my webcam just sucks. That looks better. Okay. So I'm wearing a red shirt this week, right? So it was yellow first, and then I unchecked the auto button, and then it got really red. And now it looks, yeah, now it looks better because I've adjusted it. But apparently I need to check that every week. So anyway, that's a thing, I guess. But yeah, okay. Make sure. Yep. I've got bars. You should have bars if you talk. I'm just
Hello,
like,
I am
yep.
speaking.
I'm just going through all the stuff. Like, did I? So I'm sitting there, right? And I'm like, so you have to start the encoder first now, and then you have to actually go into the YouTube control panel and hit start stream. It's stupid. Before, I used to just be able to hit the start stream button on OBS, and it was all good, ready to go. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, nah, I can wait a few minutes and then start the stream, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, nope, this is a bad idea, because I'm going to end up forgetting to hit the stream button, and so we're just going to be sitting here talking. And
that has happened before.
it's not actually, no. We've had a problem where the mics have been off before.
I'm pretty sure that you've forgotten to start the stream before.
No, I don't think I've ever forgotten to start the stream. We've had a case where the stream has dropped out before.
Okay.
But that was
It
way
was
back.
long enough ago that I.
That was way back in the day of Maverick. Do you remember that system?
Yeah.
Yep. My toaster. Redmond is way better, you know, animated backgrounds and
Posters
and streams that don't drop out. So, I'm actually curious to see. I should maybe not with the Ram show, but I'm curious to see what happens if I try to stream with Titan, my my new laptop. The G7.
You have a new laptop? Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same as this one.
Wait, what?
It'll probably work just the same as your. Sorry, when I say this one, I mean your tower, your Redmond.
It probably. I don't know. So Titan does have a 1060 in it. I don't remember how many gigs of RAM though.
Probably 8 or 16. Willing to bet it's 16.
Ooh, I don't think it's that much. Not even Redmond's Titan or not Titan. 1060 has that much. I think I've got 6 on the desktop.
You're talking about the video memory. Okay.
Yeah.
On a 1060. There are a few 1060s that have 3 gigabytes, but they're kind of cut down.
Yeah.
Really, there's not any reason to buy a 3 gigabyte one.
Oh, you know what? So Titan only has 8 gigs of RAM installed in it. I could upgrade that though. See, this system is actually pretty easy. Titan is pretty easy to get into.
That is good. That is how it should be. Laptops that you have to break stuff to open them. No.
Oh goodness, I've had a few of those at my work establishment that have come in that we've had to put batteries in, and it's like, what the heck? How do you get this thing open? So, you know what,
Makes me
though?
wonder how they put it together in the first place.
Well, what do you think I use?
Well, occasionally I find myself having to use a
Oh, no, I mean to...
rigid tool to, go
No,
into
I've got an
the
iFixit
scene
toolkit. I don't mean to get it open. I mean to understand how to get it open. I guess.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go, I guess.
Uh,
YouTube? I don't know.
actually, that is a great tool sometimes. But no, with laptops, I wish
I
wish
have
more
sometimes.
manufacturers were better at this. But like laptop manufacturers, for the most part, are pretty good about including service manuals, readily available online on their websites. And they're great because they explain everything. They tell you all the parts, what their part numbers are, and how to actually get into the machine. What a noble concept! Apple? Yeah, that'll never happen.
Apple wants to know what that is.
Yeah.
They don't. That's
Well,
not
I
even
think
a
if you're...
question anymore.
actually, you know what? If you're ASP certified,
You
then
get those materials.
you probably have those materials, yeah.
You do get those materials.
But anyway, yeah, that's not a typical material that you would get. So anyway, let's review topics real quick for this week. I don't know. I wasn't super overwhelmed by what was in the tech news. Most of it, what do you think most of the tech news was filled with this week?
I don't know.
What's the major thing that's going around right now that's affecting
Going
like
on?
China and
coronavirus.
yeah, like everyone is like
Yeah, there you go.
like everyone is like all like, oh,
What kind of things are
coronavirus.
about
You know, okay, so you know what? We'll talk about that in a second.
that? It's affecting a lot of places pretty bad.
It is. We'll talk about it in a second here. Let me find the right button here. Here we go. Okay. So, this week on the show, you got data breaches, a keyboard kind of new thing with a trackpad for the iPad, I think. I don't know. Microsoft news, something about a really long live stream on YouTube, and Nest cameras went down for a while, I guess, this week. So, yeah. Here's the intro. Yeah. This will be an interesting show. I haven't looked through any of these topics, so I don't know. We might throw some of this stuff out the window. You know, what do people come to expect with this show, though? So, anyway, so. But, yeah, so, coronavirus. What have you heard about it? How much have you been paying
Well,
attention?
It started in China and was caused by, I don't know, people doing something, I guess.
I don't know how it was caused, but...
Well, there are some theories floating around that it kind of originated somewhere. But anyway, forget that.
Oh my gosh, the number of people that thought the coronavirus was linked to drinking, Corona the beer.
This must be a very bad month for their PR representative.
Oh man. Coronavirus are a large family of viruses that cause illness ranging from the common cold to more severe diseases such as Middle Eastern respiratory syndrome and severe acute respiratory syndrome. A novel coronavirus is a strain that has not previously been identified in humans. Okay, so I didn't realize the coronavirus was like a couple different things. I thought it was like one thing in particular. And maybe it is, but...
Well, I think that the one that's causing everybody to panic is a specific strain.
Got it. Okay, so it's like the flu where there's different strains of it. And, okay. So let me tell you a funny story. So did I ever tell you the story of how I found out I'm allergic to shellfish? Or at least...
No, I don't
or
think
at
so.
least
I kind of get a feeling of where this is going.
at least shrimp in general. Where do you think this is going?
This is going where you probably ate it sometime, and then it didn't go well.
Yeah, so anyway, and I don't like shrimp anyway, so I'm not too upset about it. But see, here's the problem. So shrimp is shellfish, and shellfish typically when you have an allergic reaction to shrimp, you have an allergic reaction to like shellfish in general, not just shrimp. And so part of that is crab, and I absolutely love crab. So while I think it's rare, there are cases where you can be just allergic to one thing and not other things, which is what I'm hoping. And at some point, I keep saying it, I actually need to go do it and just go get tested and figure out what I actually am and am not allergic to. So anyway. But yeah, so this was like, 5-6 years ago, something like that. I was at a function for some people that I know. And they were having a big like celebration for like their, I think it was either their birthday or a wedding anniversary or something like that. So huge massive party, catered, everything like that. So I ate some shrimp. I hadn't really eaten shrimp in the past before because like I said, like it's not my thing. But this was like breaded shrimp, so it was a little bit different. And so anyway, a little bit later on, a couple hours later, I'm like, I'm not feeling that great. And I'm thinking, maybe I ate too much, something like that, right? So, anyway, my mother gets home, and she's a nurse, so I should put that in there, right? And so I'm like, I'm not feeling the greatest. She's like, oh, go eat some Tums or something like that. Right? It's like, playing it down. So I come back a little bit later. I'm like, I'm starting to like get really itchy and things like that. She's like, oh, go take some Benadryl. Right?
All the remedies.
Right, yeah. But the best part is like, my mom's like, he'll be fine, like, so nonchalantly, like, oh, go some Tums. Oh, go take some Benadryl. So I come back a little bit later and I'm like wheezing at this point. And I'm like, am I supposed to sound this way? Because normally I don't get like sick or like I've never really had like an allergic reaction to anything like that before. My mom's like, crap, I better take him to the emergency room. So anyway, so we drive over to the emergency room and they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, I think I got into some shellfish and I think I'm allergic to it. So anyway. Yeah. So the guy comes in and the reversal process is to give you like a bunch of like, 3 shots. And yeah, and I'm not fond of needles. And so the guy's like,
Most people aren't.
no, so the doctor guy or the guy who's looking at me, yeah, so the doctor, he's like, well, we're going to give you a few shots. And I'm like, a few is in like 2 or a few is in 3? And he's like, no, a few is in 3. And I'm like, great. So anyway, there's that. But so the point that I want to make is that like my mother, like, I'm like, oh, I'm just having an allergic reaction over here. And my mom's like, you'll be fine. Right? She comes in the other day to my room here and she's like, do you guys have like hand sanitizer at work and like you should be wiping down surfaces and like, so she's all concerned about like, the viruses that are going around. But, meanwhile, here I am just, having trouble breathing.
Better take some medicine for that. No big deal.
Mom's like, you're not dead, are you? I'm like, well, no. But anyway, so
I don't think so.
that was kind of funny. But so yeah, anyway, so that's what the tech news has been primarily kind of filled with, is the whole coronavirus thing, which so my understanding is that its timing actually was not great. So like, I guess in China, so there's the Chinese New Year, but what I didn't realize is that the Chinese New Year is like this 2-week thing where like factories like ramp down. And then they like take like 2 weeks off, and normally this isn't a problem. Experienced product managers, know, hey, we just need to stock up ahead of time, before before the season, right? Well, the problem is that, after this couple weeks, right, they should be getting back and ramping up production again, except for, coincidentally, the coronavirus hits, like, literally right after the New Year's right at the end of the New Year's Chinese New Year, or the Chinese New Year. Anyway, so this is kind of, like, the timing was poor, unfortunately.
I can see how that might be a problem.
Right, so factories are, like, trying to, like, factories have been, like, shut down. Like, they've ramped down production. And so now there's, like, a bunch of bans and things like that, to try to, I think, probably control this a little bit better. And so, factories that should be hopefully, ramped back up near, full capacity are only at, like, maybe 30-40%. Which, so it's affecting a lot of things. We'll probably see it affect pricing. You know what? So I'm just curious to see. Let's take something like, well, let's take the iPhone 7. I'm just curious to see. Let's see, Incel. This is probably not a great vendor to look at, though, because they always seem to be out of stuff. Just in general. Let's look at this vendor here. Keep in mind, I'm not going to share the name of this vendor, because, like, this is, like, our, I wouldn't necessarily maybe call it, like, an industry secret, but, like, it's not something that needs to be public knowledge. So that's the full assembly. That's the Incel, generic. Okay, so I picked something like the iPhone 7. So this particular vendor still has stock of like the iPhone 7 screens here, but there are definitely things that the stock is, like, either dwindling or out of, and the question is how long is it going to be out of stock for? So we purchase a lot of our components for doing repairs through vendors who are purchasing most of their stock probably direct from factories in China. And so, obviously, if those factories aren't up and running, that creates a problem in terms of supply.
You think so?
Just a little bit. So
it might, yeah. I think I saw a blurb somewhere about Apple shifting some of its production away from. Did you see anything like that?
Oh, there's been talk about this kind of stuff for years. Like,
right, I don't
know. And then we start getting to, like, politics again, which is not what this channel is about. But,
that's awful.
there has been, and you know what? Here's the thing, though. I think it's bipartisan because, I think most people could agree that, we need to bring production back to America. Well, yeah, we've been talking about this for years. The problem is I think just figuring out the way we're going to implement it and all the politics into it, and actually making it happen. So anyway, but that's a topic for a totally different channel. That's not this channel. That's not our focus. So, anyway, yeah. Let's talk about this, though. Have you ever heard of Slick Wraps?
I've heard the name, but I forget what it is.
Yeah, so Slick Wraps. Let me pull up their website here. Slick Wraps. Yes. Never do business with these guys. I will tell you why. So, here we go. So here's Slick Wraps' website. So they always seem to be having some kind of promotion going on every time I see this website here. And basically what they are a company that makes wraps for devices. To be clear, I have purchased products from this company before, and they make good products. The problem with this company is that you purchase the product and then it shows up like a month and a half later.
Ugh.
Yeah. So the first time I ever ordered from them, I ordered from them, right? And then I'm like, where's my order? Oh, we're working on it. Okay. And this is like after a couple weeks where I'm like, okay, it should, have shipped by now. And then, like a month goes by and I'm like, well, where's my order? Oh, we're still working on it. So, like, don't expect to get anything fast from this company. But, as if you didn't need another reason not to, I won't purchase from this company ever again. There's, I don't know though. It must be something with the Wraps company because D-Brand is not much greater.
Oh, I've seen their promotions everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, D-Brand takes a while to ship stuff out too. They're better than Slick Wraps, I will say that. I've gotten my products a lot faster, but anyway. I was so frustrated that I was like in a chat with somebody from Slick Wraps, like their customer service. Like, and every time you try to call the phone number, it like just goes to a voicemail box. And it's like, here, leave your message. So you leave a message and no one ever calls you back. It's horrible.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only person that's experienced this. So anyway, so I'm chatting with somebody in the chat room, and I'm like, where the actual F? Like, I'm like swearing in this because I'm so like, what? Seriously, where is my stuff? And they just like stopped replying back to me.
Oh, I probably would too, to be honest.
But like, and normally I don't do that, but like, I was like, seriously, where the actual F is my stuff? It's been like a month. Or like, I think it'd been like a month and a half at this point. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but anyway. Actually, let's see here. I wonder if, maybe I don't. Nope, I don't have the receipt anymore in my my email. That's all right. It got to the point where I was like gonna file like a claim with like PayPal or something like that because it's like, oh, my stuff hasn't shown up and it's been like for freaking ever. Anyway, but yeah, so in case you needed another reason not to purchase from this company, Slick Wraps, which makes vinyl skins for phones, tablets, and other electronics, announced last week that it suffered any guesses, Zach?
Let me think. Increased profits.
No.
Oh, I was sure I had it. Data breach?
Yes! Ding, 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 ding!
What? No! How could this happen?
The announcement came after many customers received an email from Slick Wraps that appeared to have been sent by a hacker claiming to have stolen customer data. Yep. So, what's unusual about this case is how the hacker apparently breached Slick Wraps' system. Not by discovering the vulnerability on their own, but by reading a non-deleted, or now deleted, Medium post from an anonymous fellow hacker. The takeaway is that Slick Wraps may have had comically bad security, leaving it both wide open to breaches like this and flat-footed when it came to responding to any concerns brought to its attention. Wow, that sounds exactly like what I kind of know this company for. So again, just in case you needed another reason not to shop from them, in its blog post, Slick Wraps said customers' data is some of the company's non-production, said customer data in some of the company's non-production databases was mistakenly made public via an exploit. Okay. And that those databases were accessed by, here we go again, an unauthorized party. No, really?
Well, if it was an authorized party, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly. Thank you. Slickwrap says the access information included names, emails, and addresses, but it did not include any passwords or personal financial data. Okay. Take that for what it is. If you've ever checked out as a guest, none of your personal information was compromised, according to Slickwraps. Well, I'm effed. The company recommends users right. The company recommends users change their passwords for their Slickwrap account. It also says it will make security improvements moving forward. Something.
Yeah, they won't.
PR speak. You know. So, let's see here. Actually... Oh, no. Okay, that did work. Okay. What's the last time I ordered from these guys? Oh, here we go. Okay. So, shipping options. Standard, first class, 2 to 4 shipping days. Okay. This was on December 30th of 2018. And what I'm hoping is... here we go. Let's see if this still works. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So. Oh! Wow! Okay, so. You ready, Zach? So, I placed my order on December 30th, 2018. This is one of them. Right? Guess when it showed up at my front door?
At least not till February. I don't know.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Your item was delivered in or at your mailbox on... Oh, well, this says... That can't be right. It says February 1st, 2020.
Year.
Oh, you know what? They must reuse, that's weird. They must reuse tracking numbers. Or did it show up? Yeah, United States Postal Service. Huh. They must reuse tracking numbers. Never mind. Okay. So I guess I can't say. I know it took a while, though. Let's see. Let's see if I look at the other one here. View orders, track your order. This information is not currently available. Let's see if... You know, the United States Postal Service website is so annoying. It's like, here's another pop-up. Oh. Okay, so yeah, well, okay. I guess I can't tell. Hang on. While I'm in here, let's see here. You currently have no safe payment information. Okay, good. Name, email address, all that stuff. Like, okay, fine, whatever. Like, I'm totally okay with that apparently being, just out and about. Like, yeah, what the hell? Okay. Anyway. So, so the company recommends users change their password for Slickwrap's accounts. So, here's what they say they will do in terms of security improvements. It will include enhancing our security processes, improving communication of security guidelines to all Slickwrap employees, and making more of our user-requested security features our top priority in the coming months. Wait, making more of our user-requested security features are... Why would that be top priority in the first place?
All corporate garbage,
We are also partnering with a third-party cybersecurity firm to audit and improve our security protocols. Okay. The other day, Slickwrap CEO posted a solemn apology video on Twitter, where he said the company has already started work on a new website with a new phone case customization page that it aims to launch this year. Slickstrap's blog post also mentions that an attacker emailed customers on Friday. This seems to be the hacked email from hello@slickwraps.com. Okay. Some Twitter users shared the hacked email, which was apparently sent to 377,428 email addresses and the company's records. I didn't get an email, so I guess I'm good. Let's see here. Let's see. They said to use that vulnerability. Okay, so here's apparently what may have been accessed. Resumes of current and past SlickWrap employees, 9 gigabytes of customer photos uploaded to the case customization tool, all SlickWrap admin account details, including password hashes. Now, at least they were hashed. All current and historical SlickWrap customers' billing addresses, all current and historical SlickWrap customer shipping addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, transaction history, and the company's content management system. Interesting. Anything else good? Nope. Okay. Let's see. I'm just curious to see what some of these comments say. I'm just looking to see if anyone's like, oh, SlickWrap sucks. I can't think for a long time, targeting pretty much anything that the dbrand Twitter. Whenever anyone calls them out on... Sounds like they've got bots that like block people for like negatively talking about the company.
That sounds about right, to be honest.
Oh, this is funny. They're the discount dbrand.
They're the discount dbrand?
Seriously, their site has barely seen a day where everything wasn't on sale since Black Friday 2016. Targeted search. So they're like a dbrand wannabe. Anyway, okay. Like I said, I've done business with both of them, but I will never order from SlickWraps ever again. Oh, come to think of it, you know why dbrand probably took a while?
Why?
Guess where they're located?
I have no idea. Overseas?
No. Well, no, not overseas.
International?
Yeah, they are international.
I don't know. Canada?
Uh-huh. Oh, Canada. So, customs and other things like that. That's probably why it took a little longer to get my stuff from dbrand, but I think let's see here. See if my account will load. Yeah, here we go. USPS first class. Oh, this won't give me... This doesn't give me any information in terms of like... And I doubt I have an email. Nope, I don't. Okay, I don't really care. I was just curious to see if like I could look back, like how long it was gonna how long it took them to ship my stuff out. But anyway, oh, there's the log out button. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's the thing that happened. Moving on, Apple news this week. Apple reportedly releasing an iPad keyboard with a trackpad later this year. Zach?
Neat.
Yeah. So Apple is trying.
I don't own an iPad, but neat.
Apple is trying to turn the iPad into a MacBook Pro or a MacBook, apparently. So, Apple's planning.
I don't know about that.
No.
Because you know what? You know what iPad competitor has such thing?
The Surface. Yeah, the Surface.
Exactly. And the Surface, I mean, I wouldn't say that a Surface caters to people who would buy a MacBook, right? I don't know. I feel like that's mostly aimed at the Surface, to be honest.
So Apple is planning to release a new iPad keyboard with a built-in trackpad later this year. The new accessory is likely going to release alongside the next version of the iPad Pro. And adding a trackpad to an iPad keyboard would be yet another move from Apple to bring functionality typically associated with a laptop to the company's popular tablet line.
Real question is, how many hundreds of dollars is it going to cost me?
This is a great question. Yes, what will the Apple tax be? Actually, I don't know.
I'm sure it will be a nice product, but will it be worth it?
Yeah. Let's see. iPad OS already has mouse support, but it's an extension of the iPad's assistive touch technology, and you have to dig into the accessibility menu to turn it on. And the on-screen mouse pointer isn't the usual little black arrow you might be used to on your computer. It's this big, giant, semi-opaque circle that has a dot in the middle of it. Yeah, and it looks really goofy. Let's see here. iPad mouse pointer images. Let's see if we can get a good one of it. View image. Here we go. Okay. Yep. There you go. Boink. So yes, this is what it looks like.
What is the cursor? That's the cursor in the bottom left.
Yeah.
Or bottom right, sorry. What? Oh my goodness. That is horrible. Why can't it just be an arrow like every other cursor?
Because it's designed for assistive touch right now, I think.
So, okay.
But
wait.
You're right.
Well, I see that in the settings window here, they have it turned up all the way. The size. I don't know.
Yeah, but still, the theory is that it's this weird-looking circle thing. Like, what the heck?
Weird, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so that's a thing. So, anyway, so right now, Apple doesn't seem to be pushing you to use a mouse on an iPad. But if the company does release an iPad keyboard with a trackpad, it seems possible mouse support could become a more visible feature in iPad OS in an upcoming software update. I don't know if I would be all that upset about that.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, I think there are cases where being able to use a mouse with your iPad would be kind of neat.
Yeah, sure. I'll take that.
Right.
Even though I don't have an iPad.
I wouldn't be all that upset about this. And just the other day at the company's annual shareholder meeting, Apple software chief Craig Federighi, I don't know. I just slaughtered that name. Anyway, if you like what you've seen us do with iPad OS, stay tuned. We're going to keep working on it. So it seems we should unsurprisingly expect new iPad OS updates at some point that lean more into the device's dual purpose as a tablet and PC. So they're essentially trying to turn the thing into like a Surface. Maybe.
That makes sense, to be honest.
Yeah, competitive. You know, I will say that Apple has absolutely nailed the tablet. I don't think there's anything else in the tablet market that compares quite to the performance and snappiness of an
Especially
iPad.
the ones with the 120 hertz display. And a nice look.
Like, Apple has that. And that, you know, as much as I hate Apple, that is one product that I would be willing to give Apple my money for. Still, is an iPad. My iPad's sitting back, back behind me here, and I love my iPad. So, great device. I have a Samsung tablet too, but it's just not. I don't know. They're just not as quick and snappy and as nice as an iPad. So, until that changes, the iPad will still have a place in my bag. So, and it will continue to be my daily driver tablet, I guess. So, anyway, on the desk or on the portable computer side of things, though, no, my G7 will definitely be taking that place, and it has. Goodbye, MacBook Pro. Although I do miss the trackpad. So, the trackpad on Macs, like they've gotten that down. So, and the old keyboards were actually pretty good, but those butterfly switches, oh gosh.
Yeah, the new keyboards in Mac computers are awful.
Well, no, so they've switched away from that butterfly style key switch.
Yeah, I think we talked about it.
And
I don't know what they have now. I've never tried one.
I think that's more like what they used to have on the old ones. So,
Thank
anyway.
goodness.
Yep. Sure. Perhaps Apple has seen positive response to mouse support. Let's see. And will hopefully make it a more core part of iPadOS along with the rumored new keyboard case. Now, Apple just needs to pull the reverse trick and add a touchscreen to a Mac.
Oh my. That would be interesting.
Do you think Apple will ever make a... Well, okay, first question. Will Apple ever make an iPad, or not an iPad, a MacBook Pro with a touchscreen?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, why wouldn't they? I guess they might think that it cuts into the iPad market, but would it? I mean, a MacBook has, we joke about.
Well,
so all the time,
even
but it obviously has a lot more than an iPad.
Here's the thing, though. So it's a MacBook Pro, right? Like the touchscreen market, the touchscreen thing has been a thing on systems now, even lower end systems for a while now.
Yeah, no kidding. A lot of Windows lower end computers have.
Right, it's becoming a thing. Although, you know what? Okay, I'm actually not that big of a fan of touchscreens.
Nah, I don't really use them.
At least not on laptops. You know how many times
so much nicer to have a mouse.
Right. You know how many times I would go to point at something on Joe's laptop and forget that it was a touchscreen? And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I did that last night. We were doing trivia night. And I was in charge of all the IT side of things, obviously. And I went to go brush something off the screen or something like that. And all of a sudden, the mouse pointer just swipes across the screen. I'm like, oh, that's right. This thing has a touch screen on it. So, yeah. You know what would be smart? I would like to see this feature implemented is a button to disable the touchscreen input.
Yes. Make that a thing.
Because I will say, so we have a Chromebook at work. And sometimes it's really nice to be able to take it, and it's like a 2-in-1, and be able to flip it over and just be able to hold it and use the touchscreen. That's a really nice feature. But sometimes I want to be able to like actually point to the screen on things like that without it actually like, clicking on a link or something like that. So that ability to be able to turn off the touchscreen would be really awesome. So, oh, okay. I'm getting text messages about things. So, anyway. Moving on. Moving on to... Oh, what the heck? What? Oh. Yeah, let's try that. Microsoft news. That moment when you hit a button and you're like, wait, why didn't it do what I thought it was going to do? So, anyway. Yeah, what do we got for Microsoft? Oh, yeah, that's right. Microsoft drops Cortana consumer skills in new Windows 10 update.
Really? Wait, what are those? I don't even know what those
are. So, Cortana on Windows 10 is getting some changes. Microsoft announced the other day as the company shifts focus for what it wants its personal assistant to be. The new Cortana will emphasize productivity features like helping to manage your schedule, adding to do items, or sending emails. As part of that shift, Microsoft is removing some of the older consumer-facing functionality, like the ability to control music, manage a smart home, or support for third-party Cortana apps. Okay, so I guess they're just changing what Cortana actually is and can do. So I would imagine that it's going to integrate very, very closely into the Office suite. So it'll be like the annoying little paperclip that pops up in the popped up in the corner in like Office 2003.
Not that.
Except for this time, you can talk to it, and it will talk back to you. Zach, what is the speech that Cortana gives you at the setup process in Windows?
We're not doing that.
What is it? You know it.
No, I'm not going there.
Hi, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Not where we wanna go. I've heard that too many times.
I know, that's why I asked you what it is, because you know it by...
Yeah, I pretty much do.
Hello, I'm Cortana. I'm here to help. Yeah, go away. You could turn that off, couldn't you? Well,
you can mute it.
Yeah, you can mute it after they say it, after it says it the first time. That first line. So, yeah. So, in other words, Microsoft is going to stop trying to have Cortana emulate Amazon, Alexa, or Google Assistant, and focus more on features that fit in with the rest of Microsoft's software suite. Yeah. So again, it's basically Clip It. His name is Clip It. It's not Clippy.
Isn't it?
No. It's Clip It. I don't know when everyone started calling him Clippy, but it is Clip It. That is his name. Somewhere along the line, everyone started calling him Clippy, though. So, yeah. Clip It the paperclip. Rover the dog. I think there was like Merlin the wizard. I think his name was Merlin. You remember the dog, though? Do you remember that one? Rover?
No, I only remember the stupid paper.
Well, so Rover was built into Windows XP in the search function.
Lovely.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, so it's like Clip It version like 2.0. Well, actually, no, it'd be like version like 3.0 because like, well, actually, no, Clip It never actually, so do you know where like the Office Assistant or the assistant like got its start? The animated assistants?
Not a clue.
So they first originally showed up in Microsoft Bob. And they would be there. And it was like Windows Vista. Hi, what do you want to do? This option or this option? Okay. Are you sure you want to do it? Yeah. Are you sure that you want to do it? Yeah. Are you sure that you want to do it? Yes, just freaking do it already. Quit asking me questions. So, yeah, that was one of the downfalls of Microsoft Bob, was that it, like, the assistants would just, like, keep asking questions and more questions and more questions. Yeah, so anyway. But yeah, so that's where those, like, office assistants kind of got their start, and then they kept them around because Rover actually first showed up in Microsoft Bob, and then he was repurposed for Windows XP. So, anyway. So, Microsoft isn't removing everything from Cortana. You're still going to be able to communicate with the assistant through voice or text, and more basic smart assistant functions like alarms, timers, settings, or conventional answers will still continue to work as well. As part of Microsoft's revamping Cortana, it'll also be removing Cortana from the Microsoft launcher and on Android at the I was really excited there.
Who would have wanted Cortana for Android, I swear?
I was really excited there when I was reading that. It'll also be removing Cortana from the Microsoft launcher.
Nobody even wants Cortana on Windows, let alone Android.
Right. Actually, I'm curious. How many people, when they would bring a system to you...
Microsoft are the only ones that like Cortana, because Cortana sucks up all your data.
How many people, when they would bring a system into you, when you were looking at your previous job, had Cortana on?
Most of them. I mean, none of them would have even known how to turn it off. They had been
right. That's kind of what I was thinking. I guess you probably don't have a good estimate of how many people actually used it, though, do you?
Oh, I have no idea.
That's kind of what I was trying to get at. It's like, okay, it's there, but how many people actually use it? You know, as a so for the church, as part of our as part of the settings, or it's built into the group policy. There is a specific registry entry in our group policy that I set up that specifically removes the Cortana search bar thing from accounts.
Yep.
So even if you create a new account, like, it is hidden by default. Because I just despise it.
That is how it should be.
I just despise it. So, that and, like, the task view button and all the other extra crap that just takes up extra real estate in my my taskbar. So, yup. Anyway, actually, I'm curious. So you have a triple monitor setup.
Yes.
Do you have the taskbar in every single screen?
Yes, I do.
Really? You like that?
Yeah.
Oof, no.
I don't know.
You know what, though? I will give Windows this. I will give Microsoft this. They give you the ability to decide how you want to set that up. Whether you want it on all screens or just one screen. So, at least they did that. See, I'd prefer to have it on my main screen and then have no taskbar on my secondary screen whatsoever. So, going back to, like, the days of, like, Windows 7. Because I think that's how that was set up. Anyway. So, yeah, you're still going to be able to communicate, voice or text. The updated Cortana will roll out later this spring, but the new productivity features will only launch in the US at first. International users will still be able to get answers from, any guesses, Zach?
I don't know.
where, oh, come on. What is Microsoft's search engine?
Oh, yeah, okay, Bing. Right.
And talk with Cortana through Art, though, with plans to add more features in the future. So, I've done this joke before, and we'll see if you get it. So, this was on an episode of Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, who is a comedian. and they were talking about, this was back with net neutrality and things like that, right? And they showed a clip of some guy explaining what net neutrality was. And he was talking about how basically they can't slow your traffic down to websites, like Bing. Comes back to John Oliver, and he's like, well, of course, that's a theoretical, because everyone knows there's no such thing as Bing, and if you wanted to figure that out, well, you'd Google it.
Right. I mean, this is pretty much true. The only people using Bing are the people using Edge.
And that's
changed their default search engine.
Right. But the funny part was that, it's like nobody uses Bing. Everyone uses Google. So,
Bing.
Yeah. Anyway. So, I don't remember the last time I actually went to Bing.com.
Ever.
Right?
Ever.
Although, I think we tried this one time. Oh, wait. Microsoft Edge. Google Chrome. Yeah. So, when you search, obviously the very first thing that pops up is... oh, God. This is lovely. So, moving is easy. We'll bring your favorites and other stuff from another browser. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that's not what we do. We use Edge to download other browsers.
Right, that's what Edge is for. Edge is for downloading Chrome or Firefox.
Or anything.
Yeah, Chrome is good for one thing and one thing only. Downloading other browsers.
Download Opera for all I care. It's probably better than friggin' Edge.
So, yeah. So I Googled... I searched Google Chrome in Microsoft Edge. It brings me to a Bing page.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a giant banner up at the top. Promoted by Microsoft. The new Microsoft Edge is here. Microsoft Edge browser is now powered by the same technology as Google Chrome. Which is true. That is true. Providing best-in-class web and extension compatibility. Download now.
But you already have it.
I know!
What are we downloading?
This is what yeah. Anyway. So, or that awful thing where, like, when you try to change your default browser, where Windows is just like, are you sure? Edge is the best. Like,
we know you really like Edge.
Are you sure you don't want to give Edge a try? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. You know what though? I wonder. I actually haven't played with Edge since the new Chrome rewriting.
Chromium. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Neither have I, and honestly, I wasn't even aware that was a thing yet.
And so I wonder if Edge is actually all that bad, because I think Microsoft gets a lot of bad press from, internet.
They try to shove it down people's
throats. Well, that, but Internet Explorer. Internet Explorer was comically a horrible web browser, and so I think a lot of that carried over to Edge.
The browser for a while.
Well, yeah, that's because it was.
When IE was just the browser.
But that's because it was installed on not only Macs, because it came on Macs, but it was installed on every single version of Windows. Just built right in. It was right there. And so, anyway. And then people got smart. Well, Opera's been around for a while, I think. And then there was Netscape. Remember?
That's a throwback.
That and, man. American Online, which was notoriously difficult to get rid of.
Lovely.
I think I remember that. Do you remember, like, every single store had, like, the you would get the CD with the code on the back, and it was like, try American Online free for, like 2 weeks or something like that, or like a week. I
don't remember that, to tell you the truth.
Anyway, I remember growing up as a kid, an early 2000s kid, we had our Dell Dimensions 2350 with its built-in modem hooked up to the phone line, and you would have to sign in to American Online, and then it would dial in, and then you'd be online. And it was painfully slow. Then when I moved to North Iowa in 2007, we got broadband, which is actually really funny because our broadband came in through cable into the modem, and then the modem was directly attached to the PC via a printer cable through USB. Eventually, we ended up using an Ethernet cable after the drivers got installed for the Ethernet adapter. But anyway, and it was horrible. It would go down all the time and things like that. And then we moved over to the local telecommunication company, and then we got fiber put into the house, which was amazing. And we've had, FTTH. Yeah, FTTH ever since. Fiber to the home. So, like, that's one thing that I was really good at, is having, like, these small local telecommunication companies that,
good at? More like you were fortunate.
More like what?
More like you were just fortunate.
Yeah, but, like, they're all over the place. Like, every little, like, municipality kind of has, like, something.
Well, not every.
No, okay, not every, but there are a lot of municipalities, especially in this geographic area, that have a there's like WCTA, which covers like
The majority of people don't, though.
like Worth County or something like that. I don't remember. Ventura and Clear Lake have CLTEL. Omnitel and like Osage or something like so like in my specific geographic area, there are a decent number of small telecommunication companies, and I think Iowa has invested a decent amount of money into like telecommunications, which is really awesome. So anyway, because you get these smaller companies, they're a lot easier to work with, things like that. We're gonna move that. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're maybe doing better on time. Well, no, we're not. Okay. Nest cameras were down for 17 hours because of a failed server update, Zach. Yep, a scheduled storage server software update that didn't go as intended caused a 17-hour outage for Nest cameras. That's according to parent company Google. The outage affected the Nest Cam, its indoor and outdoor Nest Cam IQ cameras, Nest Hello doorbell, and Nest Hub Max display. You know, this like the Internet of Things is great, except for when it has to like. So here's the problem.
Except everything has to phone home all the time.
Right, and so this ends up becoming a problem like this. And I understand I understand why it does it. Well, there's like
your data.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. But what's the other part of it?
Yeah, but that's the only reason it matters to them.
Right, that's the only reason that matters to them. But what's the other reason what's the reason that matters to the average consumer?
Manage it.
Yeah, exactly. The easeability of managing it. Think about it. If I could pick up this device, connect it to my Wi-Fi network, download an app, and just have it work, and I'm just an average consumer, I have no idea how to I don't have the knowledge to, install a DVR somewhere in the house and, run cables to cameras and things like that, or I don't want to pay somebody to do that. This is a much simpler solution. So, my solution at some point, if I were to ever, implement, security cameras, I would do a totally in-house solution with a DVR somewhere, wired cameras, because I think that's the route to go, or maybe cameras that run on like with an Ethernet cable and PoE and things like that, and then have all that all on its own separate VLAN kind of thing. It's all in a separate little network, totally isolated from everything else, because that would be the proper way to do it. Of course, that's like a techie, nerdy, geeky thing, You have the security cameras on their own separate network, so they're all segregated and safe. You've got your main home network, with all of your devices on it. That's on its own network, and then you've got your IoT network for all your smart devices and things like that. So, like, but again, unless you're like a super techie, into networking thing, most people don't do that anyway. But yeah, during the outage, which started at around noon Pacific time on Monday, users can record video or see live streams. We've rolled out a fix, and most camera services should be working again. Unfortunately, video history wasn't collected during this incident. Says a blog post from Google Nest VP, whose name I don't know how to pronounce.
That happens a lot.
Rishi Shard. Zach, help!
How about
help?
How about we just call him Mr. R?
Mr. R. Yeah. I love how you never try to tackle these. You're just like, nope, I'm out.
I just put it on screen and say, come up with an abbreviation for his name,
See, here's the problem. It didn't collect any of this data. It wasn't recording for, how long did we say? 17 hours? That's a long time. So, let's just...
That is a pretty long time for your security cameras not to be working.
So, let's imagine that your house gets broken into during this 17-hour outage. Well, you're
screwed.
You're screwed.
I bet anybody who had that happen is not doing business with Nest products again.
Right? Yeah. So, Nest Twitter account was providing occasional updates on the situation as it unfolded, but it was doing little to reassure customers dismayed that they would not have access to recordings. Some users said they tried factory resets thinking the issue was on their end. Others said they had experienced a break-in during the outage or missed an accident suffered by a parent. Yeah. Please don't tell me today video history is gone. I had a break-in. Yep, and my elderly father fell. Only the 2 times I need it, history was deleted. Another demand to Google reimburse them for the downtime. I would say so. I think that's fair.
Especially if anything happened. But some things can't be reimbursed, really.
Well, so maybe not reimbursed, but theoretically, if I would imagine that you pay for the service. You must pay for some space or the service, probably monthly, I would imagine. I guess if you do, they could provide a credit, basically.
Yeah. Credit
the account for, I would imagine probably a percentage or something like that. Towards your next billing cycle or something like that. We're all getting bill credits for we're all getting bill credits for this, right? We pay way too much to you to have any type of outage. This never happened before Google took over. Okay. Let me play devil's advocate here real quick, okay? We're paying too much to you to have any type of outage. Okay, for the non-tech people, I'm sorry, that's just not realistic. No system is perfect. No system will ever be free from not having an outage.
Well, this is true, yes.
Although, I think anything that you can do to mitigate that and to resolve it quickly, I think is the thing. 17 hours, that's a really long time. A couple hours, I think that's acceptable.
Yeah, 17 hours is a pretty hefty out.
Especially for security cameras. So I think the demands, or not the demands, but that expectation that the system never goes down, I think is a little unrealistic. You know, so
yes, expecting it never, ever, ever to go down is kind of
right. But I think if and when it does, or when it does, it's not a question of if it will, it's a question of when it will. When it does, how do you handle that situation? How long is it out for? You know, I think a couple hours, I think is fair. 17 hours, that's a little excessive. That's way excessive. So, now this issue seems to have been limited to Nest users in the US, according to Down Detector. Some users in South Africa and the UK also reported problems. So, actually, you know, speaking of, like, systems going down. So, okay. So, my employer has made the decision they said, hey, here's a fabulous idea. Let's build our own web-based point-of-sale system. In theory, this sounds great, right? Oh, how the ways they can F this up. Our point-of-sale system is horrible. So last week, on Monday, it went down about 3 o'clock, I want to say. No, it wasn't 3 o'clock. It was probably like 5 o'clock or something like that. And it was down it was down when I closed. So it was out for like 3 hours. Then I took Tuesday. I was off on Tuesday. I came back on Wednesday, and I came in at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was out for like another couple hours. And like, we're talking, and here's the thing about our point of sale system, is that not only is it the point of sale system, but then it's like our giant library of like being able to look up products and things like that, which is really awesome when it works. It cross-references a lot of things for us. It also has like our time clock system in there, and any like repairs that we do, like our work orders are put all into the system. So, like, it's got, like, multiple modules to it. And, like, everything was broken. Normally when it breaks, it's, like, the work order management portion of it. Or sometimes that'll work. And usually it's just, like, the actual, like, register functions that don't work. But, like, you can still search products and things like that. Anyway. So, yeah. That was fun.
Sounds very fun.
But here's the problem with this is, so again, no system is perfect. You have to expect outages in systems. It's just a thing. The problem is that this seems to be, and to be fair, I haven't seen it this broken, like in a really, really long time. Because like I said, normally it's just like the point of sale function that's broken, which is annoying. But that particular function of the system goes down at least a couple times a month. That's excessive.
That is a bit silly, I will admit.
That is excessive. So, yeah. This service brought to you by Microsoft Azure Services. So here's the thing. I don't know how much of it is actually on Microsoft's end as to the reason that our system tends to have outages, and how much of it is due to our development team that develops the platform. So I don't know. They haven't said what happened. In the past, they've said that there's been problems with the Azure system. It was definitely a Microsoft end that caused the problems. Now, why we didn't build this on a platform like, oh, I don't know, AWS, which is like known and been tested and like works awesome, I don't know. So, yeah, but it's frustrating and it's annoying. So, but yeah, like I said, no system is perfect. You can't expect every single system in the world to not have any issues. But like when it's like that, or it's problems that drag on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, then that's not acceptable. So, you know, yeah. Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, quick one here, because we teased it. YouTube briefly terminated a popular live stream channel, creating one of the longest videos ever. It was over 1,300 hours and amassed 218 million viewers in the process. Like 13,165 hours, 23 minutes, and 40-some seconds. I was going to say, you're good at math, but...
Give me a calculator, then.
You've got one right on your computer!
What is it?
It's like 13,165 hours. Yeah, more than 13,000 hours.
Well, that's 548 days.
Which is like 548.
Almost 2 years.
Dang. Yeah. So that's a thing that happened. Also, what's this one? Oh yeah, Samsung pledges to improve Galaxy S20 camera after reviewers see issues. Samsung has responded to some issues that early reviewers have found with the camera system on the new Galaxy S20 Ultra. The company says it's working on an update to improve the camera, though it doesn't acknowledge any specific problems or confirm when the fixes will be available. Okay. It features a groundbreaking advanced camera system. Samsung says it is said in a statement. We are consistently working to optimize performance to deliver the best experience for consumers. As part of this ongoing effort, we are working on a future update to improve the camera experience. You know, I will give Apple this too, is that... Oh, God. They traditionally have really good cameras on their devices.
Oh, it's all software. Especially a lot of the Android phones, they all use the same sensor. It's all the software. The software is what makes it.
Right. Yep. And how it manages it. But you know what? What is this whole thing up with? Apparently we're doing this whole, like multiple cameras, thing now. Like there's like 4 of them on this thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
4 and like 5 cameras. Oh, that other one might be.
It's all for the algorithms,
Well, that, and I think like something like 3D video now or something like that, or like 360 video, which honestly, I think if you're gonna do like 360 video, like VR, like if you're doing it in VR, I think works great. But like, you can't watch a 360 video in 2D.
Yeah.
It's just it's annoying. It doesn't look great. So, anyway. I was watching one of those on a YouTube channel the other day where it was like in 360, and I'm like, oh goodness, this is like awful. And other people in the comment section were like, yeah, don't do that. like the idea is cool, but like the technology's just not quite there yet. And it was more annoying than anything. So, yeah. Nah. We'll skip that. I don't know if we talked about this, but not software. Cars as a service, Zach.
Oh,
The
God,
future.
No. No, don't do it.
Yeah, cars
Don't
as a
do
service.
this.
Nissan
Cars
is
as a service.
Nissan
Are you
is
kidding?
working on this.
Oh, God, this is the dumbest idea ever, dude.
I don't know. Cars as a service. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so there are a bunch of companies that are like starting to do this now. Oh, wait. What the heck? Well, leasing has been a thing for a long time. But
Oh,
like
sure.
Ugh. No, thank you. TechCrunch's car subscription service guide. The alternative to buying. Yeah, but like, oh yeah, accessed by BMW. BMW now has a pilot program running in Nashville, for its subscription service, accessed by BMW. So it is a two-tiered affair and isn't cheap. Porsche has a similar program.
This is very dumb. Stop it.
The
Stop
first
it every
the first
company.
tier, which is
Stop it.
BMW is calling Legend, will set users back a cool $1,399 a month.
Oh, that's only a little bit.
It'll give access to vehicles like the 4 Series, 5 Series, and X5, but not the M models, as well as the excellent M2, upgrading to the 2,699 M tier, and things starts to get really interesting with access to M4 convertible, the M4 convertible, M5, M6 convertible, X5M, and X6M. I don't know how much these vehicles cost. Like,
Cars as a service? What is this? Actually, what is this? Paying a subscription for a car? Oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Mercedes, Porsche, Audi, Genesis Spectrum, Nissan Switch. Here we go. There's a pretty prevalent theme among the automaker brands that offer a subscription service in that they're all luxury marquees. Nissan is the lone wolf when it comes to mass marketing brands trying their hand at this kind of program. It's also the new kid on the block. Nissan revealed its Switch service in February, and although Nissan's mostly in the business of selling bread and butter crossovers and sedans, Switch does include Godzilla, aka GTR. 2 tiers are available for subscribers. One called Select for a cool $699 per month, Zach.
It's a fair bit.
And the second named Premium for $899 monthly. Select offers most of Nissan's basic models like Altima and Rogue, and the Premier tier tosses in the Leaf, Murano, and even the 370Z, among others. Yeah, interesting. So my understanding is that like with something like Nissan Select, so like you basically pay this amount of money to Nissan, and then like somebody will like deliver a car to you, and then like you can switch up different cars within your tier. Like you have so many different cars that you can like pick from, and so I guess with like Nissan you can like, if you wanted to like, you can switch your car, I guess, whenever you want.
Nothing is yours anymore, is it?
No. Nothing is yours anymore. This is the future. It's the
I
future.
don't like it.
You know, in the future, here's what's going to end up happening. So, cars as a service is going to be a thing, but it's going to be integrated with like,
They're gonna collect all the data on where you drive. Data.
that probably. But it'll also be with the advancement of like autonomous vehicles. Like it'll make it even better. Where like you'll just schedule a pickup basically. So it'll be like Uber.
This is awful.
And then the car will come to you. It'll deliver itself.
My stuff to be mine. Thank you. Very
there
much.
are still going to be people who own cars.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll be one of them.
Especially in like, so like where I would imagine something like this would like take off is like in big metropolitan areas like Chicago, Minneapolis, things like that. My area where, you know, we're kind of out in the, I wouldn't say we're out in the middle of nowhere, but like we're definitely not a big municipality. It's probably going to take a while for it to like, to become a thing here. So, anyway. I have seen Teslas roaming around the area, though.
I've seen plenty of them, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's probably more prevalent up in your area. But
I'm
anyway.
sure they're nice, but wallet.
These are people who have money that are buying these things. So
Of course they are.
Anyway, but yes, cars as a service, Zach. It's a thing.
Cars as a service is awful.
It's happening. It's happening.
I won't be participating.
So, anyway, all right, that's all I've got for this week. So, thanks for joining us. If you liked, thumbs up. You didn't, thumbs down. Get subscribed down below if you haven't done that already. Click the bell so you get notifications whenever we upload new videos, or I guess when we're live, I guess. And yes, we'll see you same time, same place next week. Goodbye.